the Bay Area was always seen as the forefront of independent hip hop. U40, you know, even when the hyphy era came.
Here's I know you saw it. If you didn't see it, you should have saw it. It was Planet Rock, and that was the documentary. I think VH1 did it. It was like a 4-part series. I don't know if it was BT, VH1. It was a 4-part series, or maybe more. I don't know, but it was about the relationship between crack cocaine and hip hop.
Okay.
And it told all these stories, including mine, of how we built these empires off of crack profits. And basically, in the early days, you know, economically, there was no bank that would loan me anything to make music. So I started off, the first label I started on was called 75 Girls, owned by a drug dealer who kind of had rock star aspirations. And he dressed like a rock star, and he hung around, you know, famous people and people that were local celebrities and people that had been in, you know, big groups and stuff, because I told you we got the musical heritage. And I learned from them, you know, the ropes. Like, they was buying studio time every night, but it was all dope money. And then right after that, I was in that situation during 1985 and 86. So in 87, the situation fell apart. And the guy who was running the label, his little brother and his first cousin, we all started a label. We took his exact formula. We went to the same studio that we had been going to. We went to the same manufacturer that pressed the shit up. We went to the same distributor, and we went to the same record stores dropping shit off. We did the same fucking routine. Picked up the checks. We did everything he did. And basically, in between those two situations, 75 Girls, and the next label we started was called Dangerous Music.
Dangerous, right. Shout out to the Dangerous crew.
I literally, like you would go to Wall Street trying to raise capital, I went to the streets to my old customers I used to sell tapes to and tried to raise dope money. And I had like a little 2-sheet. It told you, if you invest this much, you know, we're gonna press them up, sell them for this, and make that. And dudes with a lot of money was like, man, I don't think so, Short. I don't think so. I don't think so. And then one homie tapped in and went for it. And really, above and beyond what I put on paper, really invested in that shit.
Wow.
And we fucking made millions. And it's like, at the same exact time, E-40 is right up the road, 30-minute drive up the road in Vallejo, and those boys are selling dope. And him and his brothers and his cousin, B Legit and D Shot, they became a family group and put their dope money in their career. And you building empires on this shit. Down the road, you got Dr. Dre, who's a genius. DJ, he been in the World Class Wrecking Crew. They on some shit that, you know, Lonzo and them, Dre wanna, you know, I don't know, you know, he always wanted something bigger and better.
Right.
And here come Eazy-E, little motherfucker that sells a whole lot of dope. Didn't give a fuck about rapping, but he was like, Dre, you wanna be, okay, I'll put the money up. And literally, in the process of Dre liked the swag so much, we've heard this story a few times, like the non-rapper putting up the money, you know, the cool dude in the hood, like, you do it, and then all of a sudden it works.
That's how every marginalized community has started in America. That's the story of America.
So yeah, I'm saying that's how we became hip hop.
Yeah.
It's just literally the way we did it. You couldn't be E-40 or Too Short without the drug connection. I couldn't figure out how to sell cassette tapes and albums if I didn't do exactly what drugs dealers did when they sold dope. I did exactly like them. That's how they like, oh, you selling out the trunk. Where the fuck you think the dope was? It was in the fucking trunk. Like, at the same time, we dropping off boxes of cassettes and shit to record stores and distributors. Same dudes I'm hanging with, we pulling up. This is not a proud story I tell either. We pulling up in the gas station and they like window to window, big ass blocks and shit. And it just, you know, Oakland's wild. It's wild.
It's so funny because it reminds me of T.I. He was telling us about how Atlanta was built up pretty much off of drug money. But at the end of the day...
You gotta watch Planet Rock. Everybody's story is the same.
At the end of the day, it's just very commendable because we keep making a way out of no way. And it's like, I want to make this music. The bank's not going to help me out. So now I got to figure out another way to do it. And that all goes back to these corporations not wanting to bring black people up. Because if you would just give him a loan from the bank, then we wouldn't have to sell drugs to his city in order to make
So you look
money.
at my first favorite hip hop movie was Wild Style. And it's just showing you the love of it.
Shout out to Fab Five Freddy.
not a lot of economics in it except like the factor of like ripping it off, you know, taking it to the art gallery or whatever.
Taking it
that
downtown,
shit.
from the Bronx
And
to
then,
downtown.
Then we get Beat Street was kind of the same theme,
Right.
you know, they trying to
Spit
exploit us
versus
and
Ramos.
shit. But then you get Crush Groove.
Russell Simmons.
And Russell goes and gets money from the dope dealer or
Right.
a loan shark, and he builds a fucking empire. And
Right.
then that's what we all was on, bro. Like
Russell Rush. Right.
that's what we was on. And we was on that shit. Like go Planet Rock, the fucking documentary is like, we built this shit on crack. The only thing we didn't do, we fucked up. We didn't buy the fucking neighborhood.
Right. And then it got gentrified.
It got criminalized, like the war on drugs. Like they started putting everybody away for like the whole crack and the guns and shit. But there was a window of opportunity at that time. All real estate was cheap as fuck compared to the
It sounds like
dope
Brooklyn.
profits.
Oakland always reminds me of Brooklyn because it's like across the bridge from the big city, but it's where all the real niggas is
And
at.
you got big reputation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah.
big respect.
People proud to be from Oakland.
And so
People proud to be
the
from
early
Brooklyn.
days, I used to come to New York, right? Never leave Manhattan. The farthest we might go was Harlem.
Right.
And, you know, get some culture.
Right.
And maybe get a haircut or buy some weed or something. And then go right back to Manhattan. So we go to these parties, right? And then I couldn't really tell you who I was specifically with at the time. It was like record company reps and shit, or where they might be from. But then you'd be in the party, and I didn't really know Brooklyn cats then, so it would go. It was like,
Right. They
it wasn't
keep
on the
on
mic
taking it.
either. Somebody would be like, Brooklyn,
Right, right.
And then just like the whole party would come to life. We'd like,
Right.
and then cats would start getting nervous and shit.
But that's like, you know, if I'm DJing anywhere near the Bay Area
and it's like them
and I
Oakland
play
niggas.
that Looney's record, and
Oh,
where
yeah.
you from? Oakland.
I swear they
It's the
go
same
crazy.
shit.
You know,
Yep, so-
Oakland reminds me of people from the Bay remind me of people from the DMV a lot. I think they have a lot of the same swag and a lot of the same style.
Yeah, I feel that DC. I think anywhere where you are forced to be in a certain area that's not like a lot of square footage, and you like it's a lot of real motherfuckers right there.
Right.
Like you forced to like, it makes you a certain way. Even if you're not a gangster, you understand. Like social media, it's like it's almost like don't make that wrong fucking step.
Right.
It's like literally like you can't hide from your words and actions in a city like Oakland. You can't hide. If you said, I said, fuck Talib, I can't hide. It's going straight to you.
That reminds me, when I in 1995, I got fired from my job, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna pursue this rap shit." And I knew Mike and Nine from Freestyle Fellowship, and he was doing Good Life Cafe shit
Yep, I
out in
remember
Los
that.
Angeles, right? So I took me and my man Juju took a Greyhound bus to Los Angeles to
a
go
long
to
ride, bro.
Yeah, 3 days.
It's a long
Oh,
ride.
shit.
3 days. We got kicked off the bus.
Of course you
weed,
did.
all that shit, right? I went to the Good Life and I met Tom and Corey from Mystic Journeyman, and they was like, "This Good Life shit's cool. You need to come to the Bay." I hitchhiked to the Bay.
Damn.
I went to Leopold's, but outside of Leopold's, because I wanted to go to Leopold's because Dale the Funky Homo Sapien was working there at the time. I ran into King San from the Who Riders. He was like, "We down with Hobo Junction." They took me to Saphir crib.
Saphir, yeah.
Saphir was beefing with Hyrule at the time. So all that.
I never knew about that.
Yeah, so all that, like, when you say you in the Bay and somebody say something about you, I'm an outsider. I put myself in the Bay Area, but what I notice is that the hustle you talk about, the you learn from the drug dealers to sell out the back of the trunk. Souls of Mischief, Hobo Junction and them, these was lyrical, miracle, spiritual
Hey,
rap
did you know
niggas.
that in the Bay, we have an unwritten rule. Like it's even to this day, it's been from day one to now, nobody in the Bay charges each other to do songs.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
that's beautiful.
nice.
Like we just do it. You like, man, let's do one. And we just do it. Like your homies might not like my homies. We still do a song together.
That's beautiful.
Like I don't know where that came from. It's just a courtesy that we just do across the board. Hey man, shoot me a verse. All right, shoot it to you.
You know, Brooklyn kind of like that too. Like, you know, like even when, you know, got Casanova out with the So Brooklyn Challenge, and you know, Brooklyn is represented by Mano. Streets in Brooklyn is represented by Mano, Casanova, Fabulous, and them. Uncle Murder. Whenever somebody pop off with something, not Tekashi, they left him out. But
Tekashi?
put him to the side.
He had credible sponsors at the time he was
had
popping.
good sponsors.
Yeah.
You know, but those cats have always done records together. I'm not a gangster rapper by any means. When I was in my club phase in New York, going to Lotus and all that, I would party with Mano. Mano would make sure I was good in the clubs. When I run into Uncle Murder, it's like the big bear hug. I met Casanova just recently. You know, I did a show at Brooklyn Bowl. Me and DMX did a show. He came because he fucked with DMX. And Casanova, you know, I didn't expect somebody like Casanova to be fucking with a Talib Kweli, but
He's
it's
a
Brooklyn.
hometown legend, man.
It's Brooklyn.
It's that fraternity, bro. It's
Yeah.
that fraternity. No matter where you at, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you dare tell me you from Oakland, we some kind of we locked.
Right.
We favors and it's all everything. We family. Fuck that.
So, first of all, that's how it should be.
That's right.
Would you say that hip hop is like American dream personified, meaning it started from the bottom and now it's like right up there with pop?
I would say that about black music in so many eras, like just, gospel music, like coming out of, slavery and just, meaning much more than just the words in the song. Like it's deep rooted in your DNA. And then that evolving into like the blues, which was basically gospel songs with the words changed to talk about, love and pain and stuff. And if you were back in the day singing the blues, your parents might be mad at you if they were like preachers. You seen Color Purple, Suge Avery. Like your daddy be mad as hell at you. You singing church songs because listen to the blues. It ain't nothing but church songs. And basically, rhythm and blues was born out of that.
Right.
And then you got jazz that goes left, and the jazz cats, when they was new and young, they was the bad dudes. They was the dudes who smoke weed,
The rebels.
didn't have no damn jobs. You didn't want your damn daughter going out with no jazz music. You didn't want your daughter hanging out with
Don't hang out with a bluesman. Don't date a bluesman.
all this stuff. So you go into, all these genres of music and these different eras and stuff, and then you get to hip hop, and it's like, I just think it's like, it's always been a way out. Music. These different genres we create. I don't even put music in the hands of black people. Because if you go to any Motown record, it was always multicultural. If you go to it was always somebody of different races working it to make it a hit. But I just say these songs, these vibes come out of black communities. Like house music, is a mixture of some ghetto kids in Chicago partying with some college kids,
right.
And they found this medium, and this shit is the hottest shit in the world right now.
Right.
Some shit that was started at house parties. That's why it's called house music.
Timeless.
You feel me? So,
Right. All EDM was like house music, right?
yeah, they was just, and they danced all night.
That's
If
that
you-
Molly music, baby.
Molly
But
music.
before that, it was some shit. There are good kids and bad kids met in a place, so they just had fun.
What we done started. Look at what we done started. This the people party. When opportunity knocking, then young nigga move that door. Whoa, get your foot stuck in it, call me young, go get it. They can't fuck with it, might as well roll with it. What's the word? What time?